Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Alfredia Space with Pursuing Greatness and Legacy Coaching. As always, I'm grateful you here. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, or share. So I just want to make a correction on my last episode. The actual person that I was speaking of, I want to make a correction on the name. The name is Tony Robbins and not Tony Robinson. So now we've taken care of that business. Again, here at Legacy Coaching and Pursuing Greatness, I always said that I will bring on guests so that you can see you're not alone in your walk with whatever it is you're trying to do. And that Pursuing Greatness and Legacy Coaching is here for you to help you jumpstart whatever that business idea, vision is, or whatever your heart desire. We're here to give you the roadmap, give you step by step to help build a foundation to jumpstart your business idea, vision, purpose, whatever it is. And so today I am super excited and just blessed to have this young woman of God on with me today. I watched her grow up with my nieces, and I've adopted her as a niece, and she's adopted me as an auntie.
Yes.
And I it's a pleasure, and I'm so very proud of her. And so, April,
Yes.
thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come join me.
Thank you so much for having me, Auntie. You know I loved you since I was a child. You was always the cool one.
Girl, thank you so much for that. And
You're
let
welcome.
me just say, I was going through Facebook, girl, and probably a few years ago. I was strolling through Facebook, social media, and I saw you, and I was taken aback because I could not believe that was little April, look, doing comedy. Couldn't
I know.
believe it, but I was super proud too,
Thank
right,
you.
to see you in that element.
Yes.
And so I want to ask you, when did you know that you wanted to do comedy? When did you know that?
Well, I was trying to find my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I had attended nursing school,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not pass my psych class. So my feelings was hurt. I felt lost,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like I asked God, I'm like, God, I feel like I'm standing in the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to do? Because ever since I was a kid, I wanted to become a doctor.
Okay.
But my godmother told me, she was like, you should be a nurse, a registered nurse.
Mm-hmm.
They have a program at WC3, and it's only 2 years.
Okay.
So I go, I do the program. I didn't pass the first time,
Okay.
the entry exam,
Okay.
but I passed the second time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got in the program, and I was doing really good. It's a 2.5 year program.
Okay.
I made it to the second year, but couldn't pass the psych class.
Mm-hmm.
And my instructor told me, see, I told you to go in there acting crazy. But I didn't. I was in there scared.
Yeah.
And that's something, too, I learned from T.D. Jakes. And I just got this revelation like 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
I was listening to something, and he said, when you scared, you can't learn. So when I was in doing my rotations in psych, you know, on that floor, all the doors is locked, and it was real life. I would be in there with men.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard these scary stories, so you
Yeah,
got to watch
yeah.
what people, when they plant seeds in your mind.
Yeah.
So prior to me getting to the program,
Mm-hmm.
my son's uncle used to be a psych nurse, and he half of his ear got bit off.
Wow. Okay.
And so I heard a lot of scary stories. So I was on defense. I didn't know at the time, but I couldn't learn because I was so scared. I had a patient, and he was telling me he was pregnant, and he was
Okay.
going to be the president and all that.
Yeah.
So I didn't pass. Long story short, I didn't pass.
Okay.
So I was praying and asking God. And so I remember somebody saying something about a bucket list.
Okay.
And I was like, well, everybody always say I'm funny. And I like making people laugh. I said, I'm going to just try that. And if it don't work, then I'll figure out something else. But let me try that. Let me start with that.
Okay.
And see how that works.
Okay. And so you talked about fear because fear was one of my big things too, right? That I had to overcome.
Yes.
And, you know, you hear people say always do it in fear. I was not one
Yes.
of those people, right? I couldn't do it in fear because a little bit like you, I know that if I tried to do it in fear, it wouldn't work for me, right? I had to overcome it before
And
I could
sometimes
do
it be our mind
Yeah, of
protecting us,
course.
a
And so
defense
I had-
mechanism.
yeah, and you have to overcome whatever it is that
Yes.
keeping you in fear to actually do it. So that's
Right.
for that was my way of getting through it, right? And so sound like it was a little bit of your way.
Yes.
Okay, so you said, okay, now it was on your bucket list, or you heard about the bucket list and you said, okay, I'm just going to try it. See what
Right.
happened. If it work, it work. If it doesn't, it does.
Right.
Okay, so take us from there, the bucket list. Then what happened?
So after I decided, and that's something because my pastor been doing a series on make the decision. Because once you make a decision, then you start getting ideas. People
Yeah.
start calling you.
Yeah.
So I was praying one day, and once I finished praying, my cousin called.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, my pastor's wife, they're having a women's convention, and she want to know if you do comedy. She asked, do you still do comedy? And I was like, yeah, I do it. And I was like, wow, that's something. I'm like, as soon as I got up from praying, I got the call.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, God, I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
So I go, I do the show. I had a really great response. I got a standing ovation.
Yes.
So when I got done and I came and sat down, the wife was like, I want to see your other comedy.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
I was like, oh, this was nice. I can get paid for this, and it was fun.
Yes.
So I go to the pastor's house, and I do really good there. I get another standing ovation. I'm like, ooh, I'm on the roll.
Yeah.
Oh, but before, I really was nervous, though.
Yeah.
It was like the fear was trying, and I was
course.
like, I had to take a deep breath, like, okay, Lord, you told me. So I
Yeah.
pressed my way through there.
Yeah.
They was having another event. She invited me back to the church, and I bombed.
Okay.
So my feelings was hurt, and I was like, I don't know about this. So I kind of paused for a minute. I still did a few other events, but I paused on the clean comedy, and then I went over to the to the blue comedy.
Let's stop there for a second, okay? Because you said, okay, you got to a point where it didn't go as well, right?
Right.
And you called it bomb. So
yes, that's what we call when you don't do good in comedy.
It didn't go well.
Right.
So, but you paused for a minute, but it didn't stop you completely, right?
Right. No, it didn't stop.
And I'm thinking that you cannot gathered yourself after putting yourself on pause, right? You gathered yourself, and then you made a decision to do what?
Then I got another call from my mom's coworker.
Okay.
And he was like, April, you should come and try this bar. They be having some really funny people, big time people be there, and you should just come, and I think it'll be good for you just to get exposure, meet the people, and see, how things go. And so I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. So I was studying. I went, and I did really good. They loved me. The lady that was hosting, she was like, oh, I want you to headline. I'm like, headline?
Come on now.
Probably like, I want to say probably after I performed once or twice, she had me headline.
Okay.
My third, like probably the third or fourth performance.
Okay.
She had me headline.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I was doing good. And that bar is really receptive as far as comedy. They've been doing it for years. I still go there to this day.
Okay.
So Rudy, who called me and told me about that bar, he called again. I'm like, God must be using him. He's like, April, I think you should. Okay, I take it back. So I started going to different other bars. And some bars, like I said, that one, which is New Way, they receptive. They know it's comedy. All bars are not. So you have to go and kind of see how the atmosphere is. So the funny thing is, I was going to check out the bars to see how the crowds were. And then I get a book. Later on, I find out a book called about the Comedy Bible.
Okay.
So everything that I was doing was in the book. So I'm like, oh, wow, that was the Holy Spirit instructing me. So I would go to some bars and be like, nah, this is not it. Because it'd be a sports bar.
So did you learn to discern the atmosphere of the bars, or what was it that made you say, okay, this bar is it. This is where I'm supposed to be, and this isn't?
Well, I guess you can say discerning, but the thing is, you just have to go and check out the atmosphere and the environment, because all bars not receptive for comedy.
Okay.
Because you go to some, they having happy hour,
Mm-hmm.
like we was doing this open mic a few months ago.
Okay.
And once the people get to
Okay.
drinking, they not listening to no
Okay.
comedy.
That makes
Opposed to you go
sense.
to a bar
Yeah.
and they know they gonna have comedy at
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
People be ready for it.
Yeah.
They ready to listen.
Yeah.
You go to certain bars,
Uh-huh.
they don't be.
Yeah.
It depends on the atmosphere.
Okay.
So I just had to start watching and seeing, like, oh, okay, they receptive, they receive it, they listening.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go when the people not listening,
Yeah.
because you get to feeling some type of way. Because when I first started, I didn't know you still supposed to go. Still, while people having their conversations, you still supposed to continue doing your set.
Yeah.
And I used to get upset. Like, I used to, I stopped a few times.
Okay.
I was like, I'm done because y'all not listening.
Yeah. So, okay. So you get through that part of it and you figured out, okay, which bars are receptive and the ones that aren't. Okay. So now you've gotten to the point where you performing often. Is that correct? Are you performing often?
Yes.
Okay. So fast forward from there to here.
Okay.
So where you are now, right? Because I know you work a full-time job, right?
Yes.
You work a full-time job. You're a single mom, right? You raised a son. How old is your son?
He's grown now. He'll be 26.
Yeah. So you raised a son, and you doing all this, and you are how old now?
50.
50 years
I just
old,
turned
right.
50 this year.
Yeah, see, praise God. And so that's why this platform is so important, right?
Absolutely.
So that the people know that, listen, when you get to a certain age, you don't just stop living life. There's more life to live, right?
Absolutely.
And you can always reinvent yourself. So I'm just happy to be able to share this conversation with you. So where you are now, and I know you're still doing it because I see you all over the place, right? And so just kind of tell the people from the point that you were starting out to where you are now. What's the difference?
And because I listen to a lot of inspirational and spiritual stuff, they said for you to perfect something, it takes time.
Yes, of course.
And I used to think it's absolutely a process. Nothing happens overnight.
That's right.
And I used to think like, wow. And you can't compare yourself to everybody's journey, because everybody's journey is different. And you don't know what they praying for.
Absolutely.
So God, what I learned was it shapes us for where we want to, because we live in this microwave life. We want everything instant. We live in this instant gratification. So I learned that everything take time, and it's preparing me for where I'm going. It's shaping me for where I'm going.
Absolutely.
So I just learned to relax and trust the process and trust God's timing.
God. Amen.
Because I be like, you be reluctant. Of course, your mind, you have to really reprogram your mind, because it'll play tricks on you. Because your mind, it do a self-defense mechanism. It try to protect you, like, oh, we don't want you to get your feelings hurt. So you got to persevere past that. But I have learned in this journey, like I said, that everything, the good and the bad, is all shaping me for where I'm going.
Absolutely.
So I just learned to trust God's time in that process. And I'm just working on just staying consistent with, because the Detroit scene is not like New York or Hollywood. So we have some bars and doing open mics, and then 2 or 3 months, and then they stopping it because they not getting the response that they want. So it's staying consistent and working on my material and staying
and staying ready.
Right.
Staying ready. So when you get the call, you're ready to perform. You talked about it being a process, and it definitely is, right? And so every journey in life, and I always talk about this, no matter what stage of life and what journey we're on in our lives, right, that all those experiences come together to make you who you are, to grow you and mature you. And all that come together to help you in whatever your desires are. For you, it's comedy. So all that came together to kind of help you, in your
to
comedy.
shape me.
And to mold you and mature you. But first of all, it's molding and maturing you in the things of God. Because first of all, God come first, right? Because the word says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all the other stuff will be added on
to you.
And so that's what you did. You were seeking God. You were asking him for purpose. purpose, and not that he gave you
Yes.
the answer, right? Because it's a lot like me. When I was seeking God's purpose for my life, he never answered me. I had to discover it. And sound like
Okay.
you discovered yours along the way, as I did, right?
Yes.
Didn't sound like God spoke audibly and said, hey, this is what you need to be doing. This is your purpose. You actually discovered it and took a chance and did
Yes.
something that you like and you wanted to do and you wanted to experience. So you
Yes.
did that. And so how often are you booked? I mean, are you booked consistently, or how is
not
how
really
is that working?
consistently. I would say probably about once a month, every other month, or something like that, because I do work, and that's the
Yes.
thing. I
Yeah.
work weekends, so
Okay.
it's hard for me.
Oh,
They call
yes.
me and want me to be booked,
Yeah.
but I can't take off for
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
show. So
Yeah.
I be praying like,
Yeah.
Lord, should I take
Yeah.
off? I don't
Yeah.
want to miss a big
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can't take off. And that's what really messed me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm only off during the week, and a lot of the shows are on the weekend.
But not
So,
really messing you up, because God is still working this thing out for
Yeah,
you, and He's
yeah.
still kind of growing and maturing you in
Yes.
it to get you to where He wants you to be, right?
Right,
And
yes.
so I guess the one other thing I want you to share with my audience, is there a comedy club or a bar that you are consistently working at, or where can they find you? Because I know you're on Facebook. I know that
Yes.
so tell the audience kind of where they can find you and hear, what you're doing, see what you're doing, and just kind of
Yes.
get inspiration if comedy is something that they want to do, or to
Right.
get inspiration in just going after their dreams and visions.
Yes. So they can follow me. I am on Facebook as April Brown, and I had 2 pages. I had to make another page, but it's 2 of me, so it looked like it's a twin. And I have a backdrop behind me. I believe it's a Crack Joker backdrop.
Okay.
And I'm posing like that.
Okay.
So that's for April Brown on Facebook.
Okay.
And Instagram, I'm AP Hollywood 37.
Say it again.
AP Hollywood 37 on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
And I do my own shows. I host, produce, promote everything. I do my own shows. This is my 11th year. I normally have a show in July, but it was so much going on and other stuff that I was trying to do and work out.
Okay.
So I'm not doing it this month.
Okay.
But my next show will be in November.
Okay.
I always have them at the Q Hall, the Q venue, and it's right there on Wyoming, right off 6th Mile in Wyoming, on the right-hand side of CVS, to the right of CVS, across the street from Marygrove.
Wow.
So my next one will be in November. I have them quarterly, March, July, and November.
Wow.
And other than me doing private events, I frequent the New Way Bar on Woodward. It's in Ferndale. That's the first bar where I started. So I feel really comfortable there. I love them, and they love me. They receive me. So I'm always going there because they really love me. The energy is great. But yeah, I try to get to open mics as much as I can during the week.
So they can always go to your Facebook page and find out where you're performing, and if they want to see you, they can just kind of check you out.
Yes, in between my own shows, because I just I just did one in Mount Clemens, and that was on the 14th.
Okay.
So yeah, when I do other shows outside of mine,
so
I'll post them.
They can find out the dates and everything on
Yes,
your Facebook,
absolutely.
and they can find out which ones you're producing and all that kind of a thing. So April, I just want to thank you for being here
Thank you
and
so
just
much for
sharing
having me,
your
Auntie.
purpose in life with all of us, and to let us know it's not too late.
It's never too late.
Never too late. So what I want my audience to take away today, that it does not matter where you are on your journey. It does not matter what stage of life you're in. It does not matter your age in life. You can always reinvent yourself. You can always pursue your business idea, dreams, and vision, purpose. And we are here to help you with that if needed. With Legacy Coaching, you can reach us here at 248-914-0773, 248-914-0773. See you next episode.